kitty. Are you a toddler? Cat to cat. Or not.
You're looking for me, and who might you be? My father sent you?
Yes.
Yeah, to see if you're still alive. And well. I'm Geralt of Rivia.
I'm quite alive and extraordinarily well, Geralt of Rivia. Better than I've ever been in this rotten life of mine, and now that you've seen me, I bid you farewell.
Wait.
We've nothing more to talk about.
Got every right to be angry at your father, but he's worried about you.
I have a right. Thank you kindly. So good to have the approval of his hired thug. And my father worries only about what to get soused on next.
You do know he cares about
He's no
you,
saint,
Bo.
that's clear. But he's got the whole province on its feet looking for you.
And a war too.
Finding you and your mother? Seems to me there's nothing more important to him now. I know evil men. He's not one of them.
Yes,
Shame
because
he
he
never showed such
took
concern
Gretka.
before. Especially for my mother.
He made a mistake and knows that. I'm not defending him, just saying that maybe he's come to realize what he's done and what you mean to him.
Oh, wonderful. I'll bear that in mind. Did you really come all the way here just to tell me that?
I wanna hear your
Before I
story.
agreed to look for you, your father told me his version of events. Tell me yours.
Mine.
Cutscene, please.
It's dull as life amidst the swamps. My earliest memories are of a drunken father lying under the stairs, caked in mud and clutching a bottle. Next dozen years, pretty much the same. Father would drink, disappear for days, then come home in a rage and send furniture flying. Thank the gods for war. I was glad every time they sent him off. And the quarrels. I remember him screaming at Mum, the thuds as he beat her, then her sobbing. I'd hide under my bed and long for silence. That's the long and short of it. Multiply by 19 and there you have my life. Finally we'd had enough, Mum and me. He crossed the line and we fled.
Is that really your version?
Before I agreed to look for you, your father told me his version of events.
Mine.
Oops,
It's
now
next and the quarrel. That's the long and short of it.
I don't mean to pry, but I know your mother had a miscarriage.
His doing? He shoved her, she fell, that's how it started. We were alone, no one to help, blood everywhere. Worst night of my life.
Sorry. Must have been hard for you both.
Mum was in shock. She was raving that it was better this way, that she never wanted the child. Must have had a fever, she was losing blood the whole time.
She didn't want the child.
Said she'd sooner cut open her gut than bear another child from his seed.
Wojtek said some monster carried off your mother.
That is what happened. It was enormous, twice the size of a bear, but much quicker and more agile. It grabbed Mum before we could react. Now I don't even know if she's alive.
Your mother's in Crookback Bog. Seems quite happy, actually. Though I think she's not quite right in the head.
What? She lives! I must go there at once and get her out!
Wouldn't recommend venturing into the swamp.
I've made my decision. Won't let anyone talk me out of it.
What will you do now?
What will you do now?
Get your
Find
mother?
my mum.
You realize that might not be that easy.
Don't worry, I'm not daft enough to believe I can do it alone. I've got some new friends now. Powerful friends. They'll help me.
Can they defeat the Crone?
What about your father?
Who? Oh, him. I don't care. I won't go back to him. That bit of my life? Forgotten it already.
No, you didn't. No, you don't. That's 19 years of your life. You can't forget that easily.
Who are these friends, if it's not a secret?
No secret. Heard of the Church of the Eternal Fire? A priest helped me contact the Redanian witch hunters. Righteous, brave men. They'll help me.
Hence the candlesticks in your room. So you believe in the eternal fire?
Once the heat of the fire has set your heart aflame, it gives you strength and leads you down the path of truth for the rest of your life. I hope it'll bless you with its warmth one day.
Thanks. Thing is, fire's tricky. It's easy to get burned.
Well, well. A witcher. Never thought the Baron would stoop to hiring a monster slayer. Though I hear you're good at tracking things down.
Of course,
Desperate fathers have been known to do a lot to find their
Lost
daughters.
child, lost
Unexpected
more.
from a witcher. I thought your mutations cleansed you of humanity. Stripped you of emotions.
You don't need mutations to strip men of their humanity. I've seen plenty of examples.
Ooh, bird.
Glad you know who I am.
Never.
Haven't introduced yourself, though.
Graden, witch hunter in the service of His Royal Majesty Radovid of Redania.
Radovid.
I'm certain you've heard of us.
Rings a bell.
If the Bloody Baron sent you to fetch his daughter, you'd best face it. You will fail in your task.
I appreciate your concern, but I don't need it.
Not your
As
business
for
anymore.
Tamara, she can make her own decisions.
Noble of you. A killer for hire abandoning his bounty for the good of another.
Whatever.
The hunters and the Church of the Eternal Fire thank you.
Where will you take her? Will you go to the Crookback Bog?
Where are you gonna take her?
Tamara must rest. She's had a harrowing experience. When the warmth of the Eternal Fire has restored her strength, we shall see about finding her mother.
Hope you know what you're getting into.
I've never been more certain. The Eternal Fire is the best thing that could happen to me.
I believe
In
that
that
person
case,
will die because
Good luck.
Thank you for respecting my choice. Farewell.
Hey kitty! I'm a kitty too. I'm J-Cat Gamer. It's in my name. Me and Bodito fence. Yun na lang. I actually don't want to walk all the way there, so no. Arr. Ooh, Minot board. We can actually get some quest. Whoops, hindi ginagawa mo dyan.
Enjoy living free. In a hurry.
Yes.
Long live Radovid.
May quest ba? Ang daming quest. Or may Witcher ba? Nice, meron. I think I'm gonna do that off.
Come on now.
It's a lot.
Faster.
Faster, Jax! Faster! Hindi ako total sprint kasi nasa loob tayo ng ceiling. Ako lang sa building first ceiling. Ang unang titignan ko ay sa Crookback Bog. Saan yun? Ito. I wanna see if that person is still here. Grand. Where'd she go? Alright. Some building. Itong building ba yun? Itong building. Bago sa ano? Hire vampires? Hire vampires? What? Men, the polite ones at least would call me a monster of blood. Frick. Only a mutual thirst for bloodlings hire vampires. Yeah, it is a witcher's good fortune that hire vampires are extremely rare. Not all are dangerous to humans, though they do have a taste for blood. They do not need to drink it to survive. Some have renounced feeding on humans altogether and do no harm to anyone, but others give in to their desires. A witcher who braves fighting a high vampire must bear in mind that he faces a monster endowed with incredible strength, one able to manipulate men and animals, turn invisible and transform into a giant bat, and furthermore one which it is nearly impossible to kill. In other words, even an experienced monster slayer should think twice before accepting a contract on one of these creatures, even if half a kingdom and a princess hand him is often. Ooh, okay. Can I burn this? It's weird. Why is that? Your ear gets go. The eye, I don't know. Can we just burn it? Nope, can't. So no one's here then, huh? Oh well, let's go talk to the Baron. Teka natin mo naman. The Baron is in the house. What? Oo nga kasi may cave system dun sa well. Under the well, there's a cave system there.
This downpour's a bastard, it is.
Roach! I mean, Jax! Jax, not Roach. Jax! Ang weird kasing sabihin yung Roach kasi parang cockroach. That's why I just Roach. Roach
Don't
is
stop
fine.
raining, my arse will rot off. Yeah? Whoa there, Roach.
Guwapo
Ask a
tuloy yung
service of the Witcher, the Palamost. A witcherly service, that's to say.
What do you need? Tell me.
A man who fears no evil the Pella needs. Forefathers' Eve is nigh. We've rites to conduct. Wandering souls to emerge. Damned souls, too. We've the circle to protect from these wretches.
Huh? For Father's Eve? What? What's the point?
Why hold the ritual at all?
At times men die choking with regret. At times death takes them before they've tasted any bitterness in life. These poor souls, unfulfilled, cannot leave this vale of tears. Their spirits wander midst the living, must be judged, sent on their way. This we do on Forefathers' Eve.
What I'll
What'll
get?
I get out of it?
Witches do naught for free, this the Pella knows. Not to fear, how to reward one for their aid, this too the Pella knows.
Fine, I'll help you. I have no choice.
Seems like you could use a witcher. So yeah, I'll help.
You'd not refuse, the Pella knew. The time's come to gather the folk. Across the lake we must journey, to Fyke Isle. There in the circle of stones we shall meet.
The sooner we resolve this, the better. Best do it tonight at midnight.
Stick talaga nung nag-slide sila eh.
to deserve your company. Remember me?
Stable hand pulled you out of the fire.
We'll never forget that. Here, I'm grateful.
Didn't do it for the coin. Did it for your friend. He asked.
Witcher,
A word, please. Believe we've not had the pleasure. They call me the Sergeant. Left over from my army days, you understand. When me and Philip, meaning the Baron, served under a Temerian banner. Wanted to ask you about something.
What is it?
What is it?
That night when the Baron ordered everyone to lock their doors, stay inside. What did you and the Baron do?
Gotta ask the Baron about that. Speaking of which, know where he is?
Garden. Spends a lot of time sitting there, the bloke.
Drunk.
No. Don't drink, don't eat. Just sits.
Huh. Very suspicious.
There you are.
See the hollyhock there? The violet blooms. Brought the plants here from Nazaire. Anna had read some story. Insisted on having them. Spent hours tending to them, trimming, pruning. She was so content at that. And them, the frilly ones, called birds of paradise in
Ooh,
Zerrikanian.
nice name.
But Tamara called them dragons of paradise. She adored them. Damn shame I'll never learn which blooms will please Dea most. Though it's good to know her spirit's free.
A death of a family member is always hard, regardless of in-game or in real life. It's always hard.
Your loss. It must hurt. Bad. But there wasn't anything we could do.
No,
We can't do anything
Not
anymore now.
not anymore. It
It's
was
in the
too
past
late.
and we can't do anything
That was
about it.
clear.
You can just
Should
learn
have
from
acted
it.
earlier. Taken them all from this damned felon. In this hole. This Reesty mire. Nothing could go right here.
I want to tell you about your family.
Got some
I found
information
them.
about your family.
You've learned something? Well, let's go inside. It's a bit chilly out.
Also, privacy.
Any news for me?
Your daughter's in Oxenfurt.
What the blazes? She all right? In good health? Safe? Why haven't you brought her back?
Never offered to do that.
Yes, I did
How do you
say.
know she's safe? You see her at least?
You just
I
said
saw her.
find them.
We
Find
talked.
them.
She said I could tell you she's safe
When will she come home?
and that she's not coming back.
She's not to return. But I've prepared all for her. Her rooms await. I sent away for new pantoblas from Toussaint. How can she not come back?
You gotta come to terms with it, you know, since you
Sooner
did
you
do
accept
all
this,
those
the
things.
better. Face it, you haven't been the best father.
I have not. True. But I'd change. I'd be different.
It's
If
one
only
thing to
she'd
say that you
return.
would change,
If only they'd both
another
come back.
to actually show it.
Maybe all is not yet lost. She's in Oxenfurt, you say? Well, maybe she hasn't left. Maybe she'll hear me out.
You can always try. Wouldn't get my hopes up, though.
I shall try. I must. Life is pointless without her and Anna. I've nothing to lose. Incidentally, what of my Annie? Learned anything?
We'll
Yes.
talk about her, don't worry. But right now, you'll tell me about Siri, just like we agreed.
Fine. The word once given.
Must be
When
honored.
Siri was on the mend, we took her out on a hunt. Thought a bit of galloping would warm up her limbs, gone stiff from so much bed rest. That lass of yours, pure luck in the flesh. To hunt down a wild boar that size, why, worthy of one of King Foltest's feasts, where he's still among the living. Siri, come! Our haunt should be yours as I see it.
Hi, you done well, lass.
Not bad. Not bad at all. But who goes boar hunting with a sword?
I
No
do.
bow at hand, no spear. My sword was all I had.
Well, you brandished it beautifully. Where'd they teach you that, anyway?
At Caremore. On the road. No, I'm not gonna say Caremore.
A little here, a little there.
Not surprising, given you wander the world alone. Not alone no more. She's in the company now.
That's right. You're a member of the company. We're drinking together, killed a wild boar as a pack, you might say. But we've no notion how you arrived here. A woman in a man's garb, razor on her back. Who exactly are you? You a mercenary?
I'm a witcher.
A witcher. Though not entirely. I never went through the mutations.
A witcher? So apart from the swordplay, what, you know potions and all that?
Not so much. A bit.
Because you see, at times I get this pinching back here.
Shut your teeth, Grin. Nobody cares about your backside.
And stat for that too.
Swing a sword. I've knowed one, but never seen a lady mount anything but a cock proper. All tipsy on horseback. Nothing strange on account they bloody mount them sideways.
Perhaps you'd care to wager?
Think you can outrun me on an horse? Naturally. What's the stake?
Everything you have.
Black mare. The one in the stable.
Oh, that won't do it all.
Coward. Ooh. Oops, I didn't click it.
What happened? You get the jitters?
No.
So why not?
The horse is mine.
Oh.
To race the Baron himself. I'd consider it an honour.
Oh, that'd be a sight to behold.
Would it ever? Done. But if I win, I take your sword.
Agreed.
I'd not drink any more this night. You'll want your head about you. And we start at daybreak.
Oh, whoa, what happened? So if I win, I get the horse. If I lose, Geralt might have keep the sword.
The day dawns.
Get the sword.
Ready?
As ever. First one to the tower.
Heck yeah!
Man chop!
Come on, silly, don't you embarrass us!
Go!
Your sword is mine!
Your horse is mine.
Kick it!
Show how it's done!
I'm cheating a bit. Not going by the road.
You're wind, not woman. Worthy of the best horse.
I'm not wind.
The mare
I'm
is
the
yours.
lightning. So fast you can't even
Thank
see
you.
me. What? That doesn't make sense. Griffin? Fuck you.
Have a chance to win.
She screamed like a mad woman. In an instant, all had forgotten the wager. Every man ran to save his skin, even were it to break his neck.
And they make it?
Some, aye. Others were not so fortunate. But what happened then? I must say, Witcher, seen a lot, but nothing like this. Never.
Uh-oh. I know that look.
You're a fast learner. You'll know the rest once you find my wife.
Heard anything about the witches in the area? Yeah. I'm gonna do this
Heard
slowly.
anything about there being witches in Velen?
I pay no heed to peasant babbling. Common folk see witches, wizardry, devils, and who knows what the fuck else every which way they turn.
I know where your wife
Got
is.
news of your wife.
Plowing hell, why'd you not say so forthwith? Where is she? Why have you not returned with her?
She's in Crookback Bog. Got food, a place to live, and keeps herself busy. Didn't look like she had the slightest desire to leave.
You were to bring her back, not report on the conditions she lives under.
I was supposed to find her.
Yes.
And I did.
That was our
That was our
deal,
deal,
nothing
nothing more.
more.
You still think me rotten to the core. A base bastard, don't you? You believe I alone am at fault for what happened here.
Prove it to me then. True, my opinion doesn't
Doesn't
really
matter what I
matter.
believe.
Yet, looking at you, I see contempt. Can't speak for the world you witches inhabit, but in ours, nothing is ever black and white.
So tell me how it was with you. The real story.
Probably
The
gonna say you're
real
not the
story.
only one to blame. All right then. I'm willing to hear your side of the story.
And
Annie, it was love at first sight. A spear tore through my shoulder at the Battle of Anchor. She tended to my wound. Once I'd recovered, I asked her to marry me. She wept with joy. Soon after, Tamara was born. And after that, they sent me to Sidaris. The warlord had risen against King Ethan, and Foltest sent help. It was one battle to the next, one conflict after another. It was a life of war. I was seldom home, and I found comfort in drink. Grew so fond of hooch, I couldn't part with it when I did get home.
so it is your fault.
Still seems like your fault to me.
Will you let me finish?
Okay. What happened then?
All right. What then?
I went from front to front, battle to battle, collecting soldiers' coin, while Anna sat alone with the babe for months. Later, I learned she'd not been so alone after all. For nearly 3 years, she'd found comfort in the arms of one Evan, a childhood friend, a dog's bunghole. Understand, damn it? One tussle in the hay I'd have waved aside, put it out of my mind. But the woman cuckolded me for years, without a whisker of concern for me, for my love.
She cheated on you. Okay. Oh, that makes sense with
How'd you
the.
find out?
Came home one day and Anna was gone. The things too. Found a letter. She wrote that she didn't love me. That she'd left me for that knob licker and taken Tamara with her. Felt like I'd been rammed in the arse by a horse. I went to find the bugger, to get the girls back, bring them home. Yet soon as I saw him, something turned inside me, something dark. I slaughtered the shit-eating twat and fed his carcass to the dogs.
Seems they call you bloody for a reason.
Guess they call you the
Yeah.
Bloody Baron for a reason after all.
What?
Your nickname makes sense now.
No, that's an entirely different story.
Probably for the war or something. I don't know.
Imagine Anna wasn't exactly pleased.
Ha! Bloody understatement if I've ever heard one. She flew into a fit, hysteria, threw herself at me, kicking and clawing. Finally grabbed a knife. It would have been the end of me if I'd not leapt aside. It was the first time I hit her. I had to calm her. Felt I had no other means. Things changed. They would never be the same. Anna tried to take her own life, and mine, several times. She would prod me, goad me, taunt me, in the hope I would hit her again, perhaps.
What?
She'd scream that I'd robbed her life of love, that I'd destroyed the idea for her, and so might as well kill her. How many times I apologised. How many armfuls of blooms and gifts I brought. She cared not a bit. 2 years of her anger had turned to indifference, broken at times by her bouts of hysteria and my bouts of drunkenness. Cannot fathom how we survived those years, but we did. Though, as you know now, not everything was as it might have seemed.
Yep, you do deserve each other.
You're right. Faults on both sides, yours and hers.
I'm content that you finally see that. Very well then. If you won't bring Anna home, you might at least tell me how she landed in that blasted swamp.
Your wife is with the crow.
Your wife is with the crones, as their servant.
What the fuck do you mean? What crones?
Ones who live in Crookback Bog.
I've heard folk speak of them, and thought it naught but tales to scare the children with.
Sadly, it's
How on earth did she land there?
a fiend capture her.
They fled by night. They were riding past the forest when a beast serving the crones attacked them and abducted Anna.
A beast? Bloody hell. And Tamara? Was she hurt?
No. Good thing,
Thank
no.
the gods for that. So, Annie, what happened to her?
The creature carried her deep into Crookback Bog. Didn't harm her, though. In fact, Anna seems content there.
Oops.
Content?
Yes.
What is this tripe, Witcher?
Oops.
What in bloody blazes is she doing in that swamp?
She made a pact with the crows.
She made a pact with the crones and... well, I think she might have lost her mind.
Probably her
Pact?
memory.
What the bloody hell?
She was with child, a child she didn't want to bear. Went to the crones for help. They promised to rid her of the problem in exchange for a year of her service. And they kept their word, in their own twisted way.
What do you mean?
Anna must have thought the child inside her would somehow disappear. Instead, the crones sapped her of strength, and ultimately forced her body to miscarry. I think that's when she started to lose her mind. Then they placed magic tethers on her, tethers that cause great pain when tested. A guarantee she'll pay off her debt.
A pact with witches? Bloody nightmare, sounds like some jest. We must get her out. We can't leave her there.
Yes, yes.
Venturing into the swamp, even with armed men, is just a bad idea. It's a
Actually, what
dangerous
the kill
place
the
inherently. And I think those crones are a greater threat than anyone realizes.
I'll not sit on my arse waiting for them to return her. Would you wait? Count on their mercy if they had your daughter?
No.
Probably not. But I'm a witcher.
And I'm a husband and a father who's fucked up his life and the lives of his loved ones. I'll gather my men,
Yes!
go there and
Yes, I get
retrieve
to fight
Anna.
them. I get to kill the crows. Yes.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want, so I'll take it on. I've made mistakes, but mistakes make you strong. Let's break it down for a minute. I want the crown, I'm gon' get it. You hear me loud, man, I'm winning. Yeah, Charlie Sheen will be grinning.